I'm Julia. I travelled on the German and Austrian Christmas markets tour by myself. So the great thing about going on the tour was that I was around a group of people and they really made me feel welcome. What drew me to the German and Austrian Christmas markets tour is that it really gave me a chance to go on a holiday in Europe when the towns and villages were just full of Christmas spirit, and they really just seemed to come alive and just felt like I was in a fairy tale. So my favourite place or places actually, as there were a few while I was on tour, was the town of Rothenburg. It's a beautiful little town in Germany, full of cobblestone streets and beautiful buildings. It really felt like I was in a storybook. Walking through the town, there was the main town square with the Christmas markets, and I actually climbed up to the top of the town hall, looking over the whole town and the scenery of the surrounding landscape. And then when I walked back down, I was walking around the Christmas markets and a children's choir actually started caroling on the steps of the hall. That was just, like, it was just amazing just to be there in that moment, and it just felt like, it really felt surreal, like I was in like a dream basically. The other place that was definitely a favourite and a highlight of the tour was Salzburg. I've never been to Salzburg before, but it is definitely one of my favourite European cities because just the atmosphere of the old town centre, just be walking around, everyone there was so lovely, so friendly, and walking through the Christmas markets, different vendors are just chatting to you, telling you about their story, and looking at all the different Christmas decorations, and just buying like beautiful Christmas baubles for the Christmas tree back home. That was really special. On another day we went on a walking tour with a guide who, he looked like he was out of The Sound of Music in what he was wearing. It was just excellent. I loved that he just completely got into it and he just made the tour just so memorable. And we were walking through, we got to Mirabel Gardens, and as we got there to the entrance there was an accordion player and he was singing Moon River, which is one of my favourite songs, and just set the scene so well, standing in Mirabel Gardens, hearing about the history from the guided tour, and then listening to this live music. Like, it was just amazing. And then just had time to wander around the town and just really explore and take in the culture and everything. It was excellent. I loved Rothenburg and I loved Salzburg. The most amazing thing that I did while on tour was definitely going up to the Zugspitze mountain. So we had a full day up there, which was excellent. We left the hotel and we went to board a train which took us through the local countryside, and there was frost covering all the fields. It was beautiful. It looked like there had been snow overnight. And then we started traveling up the mountain, and we actually go up inside the mountain, which is pretty amazing. And then got to have some lunch, which was great because it warmed me up, which was really nice. And then before catching the cable car up to the summit, I got a chance to go out and play in the snow, which was excellent because the views like across the mountains was just beautiful. And we weren't even at the summit yet, which is pretty amazing. It was just like crisp blue skies, snow everywhere. It was really nice. And then everyone jumped on the cable car and took us up to the summit, and then it just kept getting better and better. The views, we literally, like, I felt like I was on top of the world. Just standing, looking out over the top of all of the mountains was just amazing. And then I got to enjoy a nice warm hot chocolate, which was great, and then got a cable car all the way down to the bottom, which was just looking out across the scenery. It really was just amazing. That was a fantastic day. The Christmas markets were definitely the most memorable. From the first day, landing in Frankfurt, and then wandering down to the old town, seeing the beautiful market set up in the square. There was a gorgeous carousel, getting some local food, some bratwurst and mulled wine. It was just excellent. It really set the scene for how my holiday for the next week and a half is going to be. And then it seemed like the Christmas markets just kept getting better and better. just wandering the various stalls, picking different souvenirs and mementos to take home, different Christmas decorations with some beautiful baubles, and just decorations that I hadn't seen elsewhere, especially at the Salzburg Christmas markets. There were a lot of products being sold there that I hadn't seen at the previous Christmas markets, and just the array and range that was available was unbelievable. It was also great wandering around because often it was in our own time. So you'd wandering around, have a bit of a chat to the vendors, and then I'd see someone from the tour and be able to go and catch up with them, see what they'd purchased and grab a drink. So that was really good. It really felt like a great holiday. I think that was definitely my most memorable moment. And the food was delicious. German and Austrian food is just so warm and hearty and just fills you right up, and it was fantastic. Also, when I was in Salzburg, and I highly recommend doing this, is I went to a Austrian tea house, which was it was just amazing just to be able to sit there, relax, enjoy a cup of coffee, and then have trays of different sweets and cakes and strudels and all these amazing things being brought over, and being able to pick whatever you wanted. Like, that was fantastic. The food on the tour was excellent. So the advice I have if you are wanting to do this tour is you will shop. There are lots of different markets and you basically won't be able to resist buying things because it's just all so beautiful. So I recommend either taking a spare carry-on bag, or what some people did on the tour was they purchased a second bag and either shipped it home or just purchased extra luggage. But yeah, just be prepared that you will definitely shop. The great thing about this tour is it is attractive to so many different types of people. So I was a single traveler traveling by myself. There are a few others on the tour as well traveling by themselves. There were some couples, groups of friends, but what I was most surprised about is there were quite a few mother and daughter duos traveling. So it really was perfect for everyone, and that's why I'd recommend this tour.